This arena is also a dead end, so this really marks one of the first times that a boss is mostly a roadblock to give you a key rather than a roadblock that leads to a new area. It's sort of interesting placement, and I don't really know why they did that. Didn't even use an Estus. And of course, we only know of one locked door now. I guess other than the Crest of Artorias, but it's fairly obvious what this one goes to. Key to depths. Key to opening the door from the lower Undead Burg to the depths. So, good hint to say, okay, you got this key, the door is in here, even if you haven't explored this part like we did first. Those banished from the Undead Burg eke out their existence in the depths, a damp lair with no trace of sunlight. Lair. L-A-N. Nearly half of the depths form a perilous, flooded labyrinth. Another, you know, you're going... The name The Depths is really, really evocative. One of the people that I really like, AVB, one thing that she always says is name your spooky concepts after real things. Or really name all of your fantasy stuff after real things, because humans have associations, you know, connotations with words. Calling something The Depths is much scarier sounding than calling something, you know, I don't know, something with 10 syllables and 20 exclamation points at the end of it, or 20 apostrophes in the middle of it. And the depths are an excellent example of that. You know, you've gone to Lower Undead Burg, and it's demonstrably worse than Upper Undead Burg. What could even be worse? What could be worse than this and lower than this? And the game actually pulls that with you again. Honestly, the entire path from, like, Firelink Shrine down to Lost Izalith is a constant stream of down and a constant stream of, you know, things are getting even worse from here somehow. Oh, I don't know if I've shown it off before, but rats sometimes drop humanity. It has some unsettling connotations. Kuvo is messaging me and trying to ruin my Let's Play, and it probably wouldn't have come up if I hadn't mentioned it. You know, I like giving him the benefit of the doubt. Alright, back at Firelink once more, from a different angle this time. And you'll immediately see that we have some new friends. This early part of the game is really set up... I don't think I've ever seen that! He just fell on his ass! Nice. I know they fall back, but I don't think I've ever seen them, like, lie down completely. But you'll notice that the early bosses of the game like this are really set up to be very close to Firelink Shrine relative to the kind of distance that you've traveled. And the reason for that is that the game really expects you to keep going back to Firelink Shrine, and it really rewards you for doing it. So let's see what we found around here. Sorry if my alarm got caught on the recording there. I've been going for a lot longer than I was expecting I would.
Oh, hello. I regret meeting you under such compromising circumstances. At least we both made it back unscathed. Did you see them? The 3 young clerics headed for the catacombs to seek kindling. Kindling is the art of feeding bonfires. The poor young girl sent down into a tomb. What a terrible mission she is burdened with.
This is interesting, because it does set you up to come down these stairs back to Undead Burg, and you will undoubtedly see Griggs before you see the people he's talking about.
Oh, hello. And pray that you never go...
Okay, and then there's also something that I'm going to touch upon later once we find another character, but Griggs is actually a merchant who will sell you spells and other things like that.
Oh, hello. Terrific to see us both in one piece. And pray that you never go hollow.
But he will only do it and only even mention that he will do it if you have an intelligence of 10 or greater. So, if we go over and rest at this bonfire, and go back to Griggs,
Oh, hello. Terrific to see us both in one piece. Incidentally, would you care to learn any sorceries? You're clearly talented, and besides, I owe you. Of course, we will require some materials, but I'm happy to teach you some elementary spells. Are you interested?
I mean, you weren't even gonna let me consider that before I upped my intelligence stat by 1, but yeah, sure.
Splendid. Very well. I am pleased to have a chance to give something back. Well then, let's get started straight away.
So, both Griggs and the other main sorcery salesman will do this to you, where they'll happily give you a spell, or they'll happily teach you things, but only if they perceive you to be smart enough. This is a very heavy contrast to another character who we'll be meeting relatively soon.
Have you heard of Big Hat Logan?
He also unlocks completely new
Master
set
Logan
of
is a
shit
great
to say.
sorcerer and my teacher. Both of us came to this land as undead. But one day he departed, leaving only a note. I suppose he wished to keep me out of harm's way. But where does that leave me? I have dedicated myself to sorcery, but Master Logan could find no use for me. Yes, the note that Master Logan left. It only said he would travel to Anolondo by way of Sen's fortress. I can only guess that he seeks the regal archives, for Master Logan is a tireless pursuer of wisdom. Wisdom trumps all. Everything else is hogwash. When the curse turned him undead, I'm certain that he only felt it was the perfect chance to visit this land. I only wish that I had his courage.
So this plants a lot of extra things. We obviously have no way of getting to Sen's fortress at this point, and it's gonna be quite a while before we do. And it even goes back to those archives, which are the big tower that we saw way, way in the distance. So the game makes clear from the very start what Logan's whole path is, but it kind of just plants it as a seed, you know, as taught through someone that he abandoned.
2 things are required for sorcery. First, you must equip a wand. Second, you must attune a sorcery. Then you will be ready to fire away. Oh, and don't forget to aim.
Thanks, buddy. Yep.
2 things. Then... Oh.
So then he gets to the game mechanics part. So he sells a bunch of you know, spells and spell-related things. I'm not doing magic, so I don't really care. He also has some rings. A special ring granted to only the most accomplished sorcerers at Vinheim Dragon School. The ring is engraved with an everlasting dragon and boosts the strength of sorceries. This one's about the same, except the ring is engraved with a lingering dragon and boosts the length of the effects of sorceries. So, these items tell us, again, a little something. If you buy them, they disappear, so it's clear that he only has one, or at least one that he's willing to sell. At least I think. Anyway, but it's mentioned that they're only given to the most accomplished sorcerers at the Vinheim Dragon School. Yet, Griggs immediately tells us that Master Logan found no use for him. So, you get this sort of side knowledge that Logan is clearly, like, on such a level, like, A, the reverence that he talks about Logan, and B, the fact that Logan has left someone who is clearly very good at sorcery. You get this impression that Logan is, you know, you learn that he's sort of that, like, very haughty, very smart genius type. But it also sort of makes you consider that maybe there's something else going on here. So, again, very minor, very simple things. If they didn't want this to be this way, you would have just found these rings on a corpse, instead of giving them to a merchant.
Goodbye then. Do stay safe.
Will do. Then he mentioned some clerics. We only really know of one cleric in the area. And yes, once you beat the Capra Demon, the people that Petrus is waiting for will in fact show up.
Oh, hello. My guests have finally arrived. I will be departing with them shortly. So, I'm afraid I will be saying goodbye soon. It was a pleasure.
Anything else?
Oh, miracles?
Yeah. He still can barely be bothered with us.
Come again. The effectiveness of the teachings depend upon your faith.
Could you say that again? Okay. I like your shield, though.
Hmm? What have we here? You look awfully raggedy. Times are grim. The least you can do is look sharp. Don't you dare meet my lady like that. You might scare her off for good.
Hey. I look good, asshole.
Oh, you again. What business have you? I don't suppose we can help, though. We accompany my lady on her righteous mission. It is quite a chore, but I'm stuck with her. And Nico, too. I can't very well abandon them now. Oh, we're to leave momentarily. The catacombs aren't exactly my idea of a good time, but what can one do? I do hope we meet again, rare or not.
Well, that was a pretty quick change, but okay. Anything else?
Oh, it's you. We're to leave the rare or not.
So you get that sort of, these are high and mighty religious assholes, kind of in the same vein of someone else. But, yeah. It's, you know, these characters don't have too much to say, but what they do say is interesting.
You are undead as well. Then we've no time to fraternize. I have my mission and you no doubt have yours. We must not let this curse overcome us.
I do like the way that these people are not very forthcoming about what their mission is, but Griggs over there is just like, yeah, they're looking for the sacred rite of kindling.
Did I not explain the urgency of our tasks? Or are you so uncouth as to lack such judgment? By the looks of you, I should think not.
God, you are all just rude as fuck.
Did I not by the...
Screw all y'all. There is one last person we've met today. And he has in fact found his way over to here. In rather specific place.
Ah, hello there. I have your reward. Please, accept it.
Thanks?
I am grateful to you for freeing me. Not enough for you? Well, let's not be greedy now.
Yeah, just clearly evil.
You again. What is it? Our futures are murky. Let's not be too friendly now.
Yeah, I thought so. So, Lautrec has made his way over to here, and seems to have a fascination with this Firekeeper over here. But I'm sure that nothing will come from that. He gave us a sunlight medal, which is, I guess, cool. A badge of the ultimate honor. This faintly warm medal, engraved with the symbol of the sun, is the ultimate honor, awarded to those who summon the warrior of sunlight and complete a goal. The symbol represents Lord Gwyn's firstborn, who lost his deity status and was expunged from the annals. But the old god of war still watches closely over his warriors. So, this is a PvP or PvE related item, but Covenants. You get this whenever you complete a mission, or complete a boss fight with a Sunbro. We would have gotten one with Solaire, except he died in the middle of the fight, so no luck there. But it is kind of interesting that Lautrec would give you something or something that relates to a god who was expunged from the annals, who was cast down, essentially. But that's enough about that. It is sort of meant to be a bit of a booby prize, where the player expects to get something really nice, and the fact that they don't sort of just solidifies the fact that Lautrec is a bit of a dick. But it does sort of have that, you know, kind of insinuation significance. That said, I have been going for over 2 hours now, even with breaks that I've taken. So I think I am going to stop for here. I'm going to stop here for now. I don't know how many episodes I'll get out of this, but I'm sure it'll be a bunch. I hope you enjoy. We made a lot of progress. Next time, I'll meet you at the depths. See you then.